is entrepreneurship? Entrepreneur. Technopreneurship? Entrepreneurship is the process of running one's own business, enterprise, or company. A person who owns, operates, and takes the risk of a business venture is called entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs who own and operate technology-based enterprises are called technopreneurs. Entrepreneurship as a career. More than 10% of Americans run their own business. In an average month, Americans start about 500,000 new businesses. The past decades have shown a heightened interest in entrepreneurial careers. Entrepreneurship has created the likes of Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Henry C., Lucio Tan, John Gokongwei, Tony Tan Kak-shiong, Edgar and Jap Sia Tu, among others. People choose entrepreneurship for many reasons. Dissatisfaction with traditional work, their ideas fulfill customer needs. Why people become entrepreneurs. Desire to be one's boss. Self-management motivates and drives many entrepreneurs. Desire to succeed financially. Entrepreneurs are wealth creators. Desire for job security. Over the past years, large companies have eliminated more jobs than they have created. Desire for an improved quality of life. Starting a business gives the founder some choice over when, where, and how to work. Desire to help others. Transcendence needs, the eight and the highest in the hierarchy of needs of man, Maslow 1970b.
Yan. Okay, anong type of business gamitin mo? My suggestion is single proprietorship. Single proprietorship. Kasi pwede rin partnership kung dalawa kayo, korporasyon, kooperatibo. Okay, tingnan natin. Single proprietorship kasi madali kang magdesisyon, no? Konsulta mo lang kay misis mo, sa asawa mo, kay husband mo, para, hayo, ganyan. Okay na. Samantala kung partnership, kung dalawa kayong mag-partner, naku, ipapaalam din dun sa mga asawa ng partners, no? Kung korporasyon, ganun din, papaalam din sa mga, so, ang daming mga desisyon, no? Yan, so mas matagal. Sa naging experience ko, yung aking organisasyon ay kung minsan hindi nagtatagal, nagkaroon ng mga di pagkakaunawaan, so mahirap. So mabuti na lang mag-single, pag malaki na, medyo tuloy-tuloy na, saka ka na mag-include ng mga ibang corporate partners, no? Yon. Pagka medyo, yan ang suggestion. Kooperatiba, wag na lang, kasi tingin ko sa kooperatiba, ang dami niyong Ang kooperatiba, maganda lang pag kayong may mga advocacy, no? Kunyari, meron kayong gustong magawa na as a group, yun, kooperatiba ang magandang gawin doon, no? Okay? Kasi sa cooperative, meron kayong makuha na sa gobyerno rin ng mga tulong in terms of mga finance na yan, no? Yan ang advantage naman ni cooperative. So, kung single proprietorship ang gagawin mo, punta ka lang sa DTI, Department of Trade and Industry, pwede mo rin mag-check online kasi nung nag-renew ako 2-3 years ago, 2018, via online ang ginawa ko. Siguro ngayon pwede, no? Kasi lalo na with the pandemic, okay, mga mahigit 200 pesos lang binayaran ko doon sa kanya. Deposit mo lang sa bangko, then isuhan ka na ng DTI ng registration. Then kukuha ka siyempre barangay permit, mayor's permit, BIR registration. Ayun. Itong tatlong ito, di ko alam kung pwede mong makuha via online, no? Kasi of the pandemic. Palagay ko may paraan. Mag-log on ka lang sa mga sari-sarili nilang mga website, government websites. Okay? Yan ang gawin mo. Now, kung korporasyon ka naman, sa Securities and Exchange Commission ka pupunta, no? SEC registration, no? And articles of incorporation, maliban pa sa DTI registration, barangay permit, mayor's permit, BIR registration. By definition, wag meron ka ng DTI tsaka mayor's permit, madali ka nang makakuha ng resibo mo, no? Kasi si BIR na magpiprint ng mga resibo mo, babayaran mo na lang siya. Sabihin mo lang nga kung single proprietorship ka, kung non-VAT ka, added tax or VAT ka, no? Yun, yung pinakamadali. Okay? Ayan, ito yung aking DTI nung tinayo ko nung 2013 at nirenew ko nung 2018. Every 5 years, i-renew mo ang single proprietorship. Binabalak ko rin incorporate ito, pero sabi ko dun sa aking anak na isa na involved din sa construction, siya na lang magtuloy. Okay, itong nasa kanan ay ito yung BIR registration, no? At ito naman yung mayor's permit. Mayor's permit. And of course, yung mga resibo, sinabi ko na kanina sa BIR, book of accounts, kuhan mo to sa ano? Kuha ka na lang ng bookkeeper o kaya kuha ka ng retainer, CPA retainer, siya na mag-handle nito, no? Ito, kailanganin mo mga quotation form, transmittal forms, bill of quantities, estimate form, canvassing form, purchase order form, letterhead, design ka ng letterhead mo, tsaka calling cards, business cards, no? Yan. Ito, maraming ma-download sa Google, itong mga forms na ito. At siguro, kung nagtrabaho ka sa isang kumpanya, baka meron kang mga lumang lang konti, huwag mong kopyahin exactly para naman hindi ka masampahan ng kaso ng pangungopya, okay? Record system, from doing taxes to figuring out why your ministry is missing some 5,000, searching through customer records to find out if Architect Santos did in fact paid already. You're going to want good record system to help your business run smoothly, efficiently. In file cabinets, file folders, labels, plans, etc. Pwede ka rin gumamit ng Excel format, kaya lang, siyempre, ikaw mismo yung mag-input, no? Yan. Pero, yung nga, sabi ko, pwede nang kumuha ng bookkeeper na binabayaran lang bibisitahin ka lang niya siguro every Saturday para gumawa ng bookkeeping sa'yo. Accounting bookkeeping. Okay? Now, build customer base. Make use of marketing and PR. So, dito ang suggestion ko, gamitin mo ang social media para mapalakas mo yung negosyo mo, no? Ngayon, mahal ang print, na masyado yan, mahal ang TV, lalo na, pati radyo. Gumamit mo na lang ng Facebook at social media, no? Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, etc. Okay? Offer free product samples para makilala ka. Pwede ka produkto ka na hindi naman kamahalan, pwede ka mag-offer ng mga sample ng product na yan, no? Para makilala ka. Okay? Ako noon, ang ginawa ko, nung nagsisimula ko, may kaibigan ko na architect na magde-design ng isang simbahan. So, sabi ko doon sa architect, libre na lang yung design ko. Pero pwede ba isama mo ako sa pangalan na nakapaskil dyan na kasama sa console design team mo. So, nakilala ko kasi nakapaskil nakasama yung pangalan ko doon sa award, no, ng project na simbahan nung araw. So, ganun. This is the best way to attract customers is through this way, no? Magpapakilala ka, ika nga. Okay? Use a little old-fashioned networking. Kaya ako nag-join ng maraming samahan, katulad sa Pugadlawin nung araw. Maliban sa gusto kong tumulong, ay nag-join ako dyan dahil alam ko may mga negosyante rin dyan. At sa Rotary, ganun din, nag-join din ako. At andyan din yung ating mga samahan sa professionals, no? Yung IIEE, Institute of Electrical Engineers, yung Philippine Society of United Master Plumbers, yung ating MEP of the Philippines, at yung mga school alumni associations, nandyan, makipag-join ka para makikilala mo yung iba dyan. At dun, posible makakuha ka ng mga clients mo, no? So, yun ang mga ibang pamamaraan. Umattend ka ng mga conferences o conventions ng mga samahan na yan para makikilala mo iba. Pwede ka rin umattend ng mga charity galas, meetings, at iba pa, no? Para makikilala ka, okay? Maliban sa social media. Number 3, have a great customer service skills. Of course, ito, magsalita, no? Magkumbinsi. Pero, pwede mo rin practicein, ha? Ako noon, naalala ko, para ma-practice ko yung pagsasalita ko, ay, pagka nagsisiyar ako noon, ay nagbabasa ako ng dyaryo habang nakaupo sa trono. At, practice ko lang yung pagsasalita, no? Binabasa ko yung isang item hanggang sa matapos ako. Then, bukas ulit, hanggang sa kalaunrob na yung aking pagsasalita, no? Yun. Yun isang paraan para pagka magsalita ka sa client mo, customer mo, hindi ka na nag-stammer, hindi ka na nahirapan, okay? Magiging mas madali ka na mag-express ng sarili mo. Okay? Yan ang isang paraan. pwede rin to, pero gamitin mo na lang ang Facebook, ha? Para kasi yung website, may gastos ka muna. Pero eventually, mas maganda yan para madali kang mahanap. Pero ngayon, very powerful na nga rin yung Facebook. Okay? Yung FEM Safety Engineering ko, ginamit ko lang ang Facebook. Noong araw, yung Versatech ko, ay meron din siyang website, no? Yan, meron din. Make a comprehensive company profile. So, mahalaga itong company profile kasi para may pakita mo sa client mo kung ano ba yung portfolio mo, ano bang mga ginagawa mo, no? So, even if you have developed your company website, hard copy of a resume of your company is still necessary. In the Philippines, clients still ask for a copy of your company profile as a required documentation by clients in their evaluation if they would try to give you some works or award you a subcontract if you are a service company. So, yan. Paano gumawa ng company profile? Ito yung sample ng company profile, no? FEM Safety Engineering, kaibigan ko, yung kanyang profile, no? Yan. Ito, sample ko, no? Ito yung laman, table of contents, company philosophy and objectives, mission, vision, company introduction, scope of services, specialization, company registration and licenses, statements, financial statements, resume, key personnel, list of company tools and equipment. Yan. Yan. Tapos sample ng company philosophy. Sample, under the guidance of the divine providence, the key corporate objectives of this company are its utmost concern for the communities around and a deep commitment to the well-being and safety of its human resources and their dependents. Yan. Ito, company objective naman, sample, no? To venture in services and products for life safety and property protection and preservation and to develop its capability and expertise, particularly in cutting-edge technologies for life safety in order to enhance the economic prosperity for the company. So, ito yung ginamit ko sa aking FEM Safety Engineering. So, kung gayahin mo to, magbago ka lang ng ilan dyan para tayo magkapareho. Okay, ito naman, sample financial statements. Ang gawin mo nito, kumuha ka ng accountant o retainer para siyang gagawa nito, no? Siyempre, bubulungan mo siya. Medyo pwede bang pagandahin mo ng konti, no? O, gawin natin paraan. So, yun. Ang ginawa ko nung nagsisimula ako, maliit lang yung savings ko nun. So, meron akong kinausap na tiyo ko na nasa abroad, no? At sabi ko, tiyo, pwede bang, palabasin ko na yung pera mo muna, yun ay puhunan ko. Paano ginawa namin? So, gumawa siya ng documentation para mapalabas ko na yun ang 1984-85. At yun ang ginamit namin, no? So may mga pamamaraan yan. Mahalaga lang, magaling ka dumiskarte, no? Yan. Okay? Sample list of company assets. Yan. Gumawa rin ako ng ganitong listahan nung araw. Kung ano yung mga, inilista ko yung mga na-acquire ko noon, yung mga executive tables, drafting tables, engineer tables, secretary typewriters, ano pa ba? Yung sinasabi ko noon na meron na pala akong Xerox machine. Nagtuturo ako sa academe noon. Kung minsan sineserox ko yung pa-exam ko, kaya meron na akong nabili na second hand na Xerox machine. Yun. Sinama ko rin doon. Pati yung mga aircon ko, tsaka typewriters, etc. Lahat ng mga gamitan, no? Ililista mo sa assets mo, no? At siyempre, pwede mong gandahan ng konti presentation para naman medyo may laman ka. Kasi noon, may Volkswagen na ako. So, nilagay ko na meron akong service vehicle. Okay? Ganun lang. Okay? Pwede ka rin, I would suggest na magpa-register ka rin sa PhilGEPS, Philippine Government Electronic Procurement System, which is under the Office of the Department of Budget and Management, Procurement Service. Unit 608, ito ang address niya, no? So, you can check on this. It's the number, no? Bakit? Kasi, kung intention mo kumuha ng project sa government, maya itong PhilJeps, nagpapublish siya ng mga listahan ng mga services na nire-require ng gobyerno. So, pwede ka rin pumasok dito at maganda ang kita rito sa gobyerno. Alam mo naman, no? Laking kita. Okay, so that's one consideration. Okay, so now we go to preparing proposals, no? So, submit your proposal. So, here, I've included here two items. Sandali lang. At, yan, so pwede nyo tignan to. Pwede nyo gayahin para maging gabay nyo sa paggawa ng quotation. Okay, how to negotiate contracts. A contract is legally binding. So, kailangan medyo aralin mo ng konti. Maraming nada-download din na standard contracts para pwede mong pagkuano. Pinakamaganda, medyo kumuha ka ng legal advice ng isang abogado, no? Otherwise, medyo magbasa-basa ka ng tungkol sa legalities, no? May mga standards contract na yan, okay? Para protektado ka, okay? Identify your objectives for entering into the contract. So, yun. Doon sa mga ngailangan, pwede ko kayong bigyan, no? After ng presentation natin, later on, yung mga nangangailangan, I will try to send you some sample contract. Research contract clause, consult a lawyer. Yung sinasabi ko kanina, kumuha ka ng lawyer, no? Or kung wala ka pang pambayad sa lawyer, muna, pwede ko kayong alalayan, no? Prepare for negotiation. So, yan. So, itong negotiation, ikaw na ito. Kailan kausapin mo na yung client mo. Meron ka may proposal na, follow-up mo hanggang sa baka pwede niyang pag-usapan na. So, when you discuss, of course, you have to be very honest with him, no? Huwag kang maingat ka dapat. Build trust with those you are negotiating with, no? So, pakita mo na trustworthy ka, ika nga, no? Approaching the negotiation with positive attitude is very important para parang you always wish na sana na makuha mo yung project, okay? Warning, when you negotiate a contract, avoid trying to cheat the other side out of fair deal or attempting to trick the other side into agreeing to your terms, inadequate or misleading information, or by using scare tactics. This creates an atmosphere of mistrust and is counterproductive in a resolution. Okay, here is a draft of a contract, a simple contract which you could probably include if pwede mong gamitin to as a guide in making a contract, no? Then, secure sales. So, nag-quote ka at sinabi niya, approve na yung quotation mo, gamitin o papirmahan sa kanya sa ilalim. Ayan, no? Ito yung pirma ko dati sa isang quotation, tapos may conforme sa ilalim, nakalagay. Pag pirma niya, para ng para na rin kontrata ito, no? Kaya lang, syempre, kailanganin mo lang gumawa pa ng mas detalyadong contract para kung sakaling magkaroon ng problema, covered lahat, ha? Kunyari, biglang nagkaroon ng pandemic, natigil yung project, ano bang mangyayari? So, mga ganon. So, dapat nakalagay doon sa kontrata, no? Naka-specify, okay? Secure a signed conforme on your proposal. Secure a notice to proceed or secure a purchase order or a contract order from your customer or client, okay? Require permit, humingi ka ng down payment, no? Sa construction kasi bibili ka ng mga materyales, pagsimula, kailan humingi ka ng down payment. Pagka medyo kilala ka, siguro makahingi ka ng 50% down payment. Pag hindi ka masyadong kilala, usually mga 10% lang. Yung iba, masyadong malalaking project, mga 15% lang. Nakasubok na ako nung araw niyan, 15% lang ang down payment. 10% wag malalaking project. Pero kung medyo kilala ka, makakuha ka ng mas malaking down payment. Okay? Kung mga maliliit na items, pwede ka rin gumamit ng credit cards, no? Parang singilin mo siya sa card. Kaya lang magpapa-approve ka pa kay credit card company na sisingilin mo yung product mo sa account. Like for example, solar panels, baka pwede mong pa-finance sa credit card mo. Yun, pwede rin siguro yan. Okay? Set up a secured advance payment system. So, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na umiikat. Yung iba, Sasabihin nila, padala mo muna sa Smart Padala, sa Western Union, sa LBC, Cebuana, Palawan, etc. No? Yung kanilang payment bago mo ipadala yung goods mo or services mo. Oh, so, nakakuha ka na ng benta. Sabihin natin, no? Nakabenta ka na, so kumita ka na. Okay? Ito, advice ko sa kayo. Have a Thanksgiving event. Depending on your own beliefs, hold a Thanksgiving event. Better still is to have your office blessed by a priest or a pastor. It is always a goodwill act to hold this Thanksgiving event because you can invite your friends, colleagues, relatives, and your future possible clients to partake in your initial success. Prepare sumptuous food, some wine maybe, and token for your guests. So the idea here is to create ganyan, tapos bibigyan mo sila ng mga sample mo ng produkto siguro, or pwede mong bigyan ng mga calling cards, etc. etc. So makikilala hanggang sa ikakalat nila sa iba nilang kakilala rin yung produkto mo or serbisyo mo. Okay? Now, I have some advices as you're going to put up your business. Number one is money begets money. Nako, pag wala kang pera, wala kang nahiram na puhunan, okay, hindi ka makasimula. Money begets money. Okay? Number two important roles in business. Number one role is the customer is always right. Now, supposing, number two, if the customer is wrong, parang mali yata yung customer. Go back to rule number one. The customer will always be right. Why? Huwag mong awayin yung customer. Huwag mong sabihin mali siya. Tactful ka dapat, diplomatic, para hindi mawalan ng gana o hindi mawalan ng trust yung kliyente mo. Okay? Yan. Number 3, always strive to do positive things in life in order to attract positive karma. So, merong negative karma. Lagi kang positive dapat. Okay? Number 4, in order to ensure continuity of operation of your company, more kind will be developed. So, at of course, related to sa number 5, invest in research and development para makadevelop ka ng additional na product line. Say for example, kung solar panel ang pinasukan mo or inverters, pwede kang magdagdag ng negosyo na, let's say, charging station, benta na electric vehicle o electric bike o three-wheel bike or kotse or anything na mga related dun sa negosyo na like even batteries, etc. etc. If you are into doing up, then maybe you can develop some other related business for this, no? Yan ang mga pwede mong gawin. Then, I have here some other suggestions in this. No, I will not explain too much of this, but I will just ask you to do the reading. What made some people and some companies big, what made others made a mistake, like yung mga ibang companies nawala na lang sila, yung iba naman lumaki na sila. Okay, yan. Okay, so up to 11, and meron pa akong ilang slides dito, some thoughts to ponder so that you will become successful. Yan pa. And ito pa. Okay. And that's it. So that's my present. Okay. So now we're going to proceed to, if you have questions, I will try to answer your questions in the chat. Let me go back again. Good evening, Sir Will from Richard Regidor. Maybe you're going to ask question, Richard. Kent. Okay, good evening, Sir Will. I'm very interested. Ito yung question ni Richard. Tanong po, sir, ano po ang advice nyo sa mga gustong magnegosyo pero hindi pa sapat ang lakas ng loob to make the plunge? Well, of course, in my own case, I started my business in 1983. No? That was the time when Senator Ninoy Aquino was killed. No? Pag uwi niya, in August 21 of 1983, killed. So, I was planning already to put up my own business before that. Pero nung nabaril siya, I have to make a decision. Ituloy ko ba mag-open ng negosyo o hindi. So, na-decide ko na research ako na I think it's the best time. Kung kailan bumagsak ang mga negosyo nun, sinimulan ko siya. So, ayan, nung mag-pick up ng negosyo ng 1986 after the EDSA Revolution, tuloy-tuloy na yung kumpanya ko na umangat. So, ganun din ngayon.